Welcome to Spring LIB.
In this exercise, we have a girl that has a mass of 15 kilograms that sits on a wheel that has a radius of 5 meters, and the coefficient of static friction, between the girl and the wheel is 0.2. Given this information, our goal is to find what is the maximum value of the velocity of the wheel, that is, the maximum value of the velocity of the girl, that she can reach before starting to slip. Okay, so what we need in order to solve this exercise is to remember how we deal with circular motion. So remember that the net force that acts on an object that's rotating is equal to minus mv squared over r in the radial direction. So basically, if a body is rotating in this path here, at this point that I'm showing here in the picture, the acceleration and thus the force will be pointing inwards. Okay. Notice that the acceleration, the magnitude of the acceleration, is v squared over r. And this is what we need to know in order to solve the exercise. Now notice that if we draw a free body diagram on the girl, the only force that acts on the girl is the static friction force between the surface of the wheel and the girl. And here I'm trying to draw a vector that points in the radial direction. Okay. And this force has a maximum value of mu times the normal force. And actually, I said that this is the only force that acts on the girl. Actually, this is the only force that acts on the plane of the wheel, but there are also the normal force, the gravitational force, and then the normal force that cancel out such that the normal force is equal to mg. So the static friction force is mu times mg, and since this is the only force that acts on the girl, as I said, the net force of a body that's moving in a circular motion is mv squared over r. This is the magnitude of the force. So v is equal to the square root of mu rg. Now mu is 0.2, r is 5, and g is 9.8. All this is in the metric system. So the maximum velocity, the maximum speed that the girl can have before starting to slip is 3.15 meters per second. Otherwise, the girl will start to slip, okay, because her speed is going to be, actually the speed of the wheel is going to be greater than 3.13, and there will be no force that will be able to make her keep up with this speed, which concludes our exercise.